Today's video is about the mysterious ways that God works in our life. And I really want you guys to understand that at the bottom of all of our seeking, whether you seek spiritually, whether you seek in this physical world for money, for validation, for purpose, like at the root of all of our seeking is God. Whether we realize that, whether we accept that or not, that is what we're all seeking. Some of us realize it and some of us don't. Thankfully, I realize that because I've been a very deep seeker all of my life. But the interesting thing is, if you never realize that your seeking is God, you will be on an endless search. It never ends. One thing after the other, and that's why they call certain drugs a gateway drug, certain acts of sexuality being a gateway into other things, and that's just like how the mind works and how life works. But with God, with Christ, when you accept that as everything, as the foundation of your everything, the search is over. The seeking is over. I go through these phases where God is very clear in my life. He is speaking, He is moving, He is in me. I feel Him, I see Him in synchronicity, in people, in things, in church. And then I go through cycles and phases where I'm like, where are you at, brother? Did you forget about me? Do you not love me anymore? I feel so alone and life doesn't make sense. And I have the desire to go back to worldly fulfillments and pleasure. And it's like this battle with myself. And that's where faith comes into play. That is when your faith is being tested. But know at all times, whether you feel Him or not, the Lord is with you. God is with you. He loves you so much, but He has to test you. He has to develop your character, your faith, your mind, your beliefs, your priorities. He has to do that because that's why you're here. He's cultivating you into the type of person that He can use to play out His will and His gifts and ultimately spread His word, spread His truth, be a reflection of His energy, of His light, of His love. I feel like this video would be beneficial for people that are kind of new on their path with Christ and God, and you go through those periods of connection and disconnection. But I want you to know that when you're in your disconnection period and you're feeling very lonely and your life is not making sense, you are desiring things that feel very far away, things that you don't have the blessings and the good feeling things, you're being tested. It's uncomfortable. When you're in that period, it's like God is pulling you back on the slingshot. You're being pulled back into that discomfort, but it's temporary. Very soon, you're going to be slingshotted forward into the light, into His will, into His blessings. But the question is, when you're pulled back into the darkness, what do you believe? What do you do? What do you seek comfort in? That is the truth of this path in the development of your spiritual character. So embrace the cycles of life, and no matter what phase you're in, whether you're being pulled back into the darkness or whether you're being slingshotted forward into the light, always have faith in God. Always be grateful. Always focus on the blessings and the miracles that God puts here at all times. Always trust in Him. Always be a good person. Always take care of yourself. These are not circumstances or situational things to do and to embody. This is an everyday thing. This is an unconditional thing. This is what it means to be one of God's children. And there is not just one child, okay? You are a child if you decide to be. There is no qualification. There is no perfect way of looking or being or coming from a certain type of family or economic background. It's a choice. It's a choice in your heart and your mind. No one can force it on you or anoint you and appoint you that. It's an internal choice, okay? If you are going through a period of being pulled back into the darkness and you don't feel God's presence and you don't really know what to do next and you're kind of just in a cycle of the same day in and out, I want to remind you to find gratitude for the things that you can be grateful for. Once you find that gratitude, then I want you to practice being patient. Patience is truly a virtue. There is nowhere to rush to. There is nothing to rush to have that is not in your immediate environment. God knows what's best for you. Can you trust that? Can you have patience in the unfoldment of what He has for you here? The blessings, the love, the purpose, the security, the inner peace, the inner love. Can you trust that that is all here for you and it is being cultivated? You just need to be patient, receptive, and in reflection with His will, with His grace, with His word. And I'll share one more thing before ending this video. It's about the cycles. It's about the cycles of life, you guys. Like, we are gonna go through cycles. And I'm only saying this because I see it so clearly in my own life now. You go through cycles of having and then not having, of being satisfied and being dissatisfied, going through cycles of being filled with light and going through cycles of being filled with darkness. That's life. That's life. But can we learn to not judge? Can we learn to not condemn or raise one above the other? Can we be grateful no matter what? Can you? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And if you can't, that's what you need to work on. You need to purify your heart. Purify your mind. And I'm speaking to myself. I am not free. No one's perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm ungrateful all the time. One of my biggest character traits that I've been working on in this path has been my brattiness. I am a brat. I am spoiled. I am so used to having what I want when I want because I always thought that I knew what was best. And since coming closer to God, I have been humbled in more ways than I can explain. And it's been very hard for me. It has been a disillusion of self and a lot of hard hits to my ego. But I'm so grateful because it's developed me. It's opened me. It's purified me. And now I trust in God's timing, not mine. What do I know? What do I know? I would rather have the infinite wisdom and love and truth and power of God and trusting in Him than to have that belief in myself, my little human mind and body that is falling apart and deteriorating every single moment and minute. No, thank you. No, thank you. I let go of myself more and more every single day. And it's very challenging, but I'm up for the challenge because everything in this world is temporary. This physical body, this personality that I have, it's all temporary. Do I love it? Do I cling to it? Of course. But bigger picture, long-term vision, I am in the journey, in the process of realizing that most of life is just about letting go. Letting go with peace, joy, and trust. And every time you let go, you are then opening yourself for something more. You're opening yourself for what's next, what's highest for the next version of you. And that is the interesting cycle of life, not just in this lifetime, but in the next one. Yeah. So that's my word for the day. Much love, many blessings.